Hello everyone, Randy here from 24-Hour Yogapalooza. Welcome to day one of our 2021 fundraising campaign for childhood cancer research at CHEO. I invite everyone to begin on their mats, finding your way down onto your backs. Option to come into Shavasana, or if you wish, you can bring the soles of the feet together and allow the knees to fall to the outside edge of your mat in a reclined butterfly. Draw the palms away from the body, the arms away from the body, palms facing up in a position of receiving, closing down the eyes. Begin to bring the awareness inward. Counting the length of your inhale and the length of your exhale. For the next 40 minutes or so, I invite you to leave your to-do list aside. Focus on the breath. And now all together, I invite you to inhale with me to a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Now hold at the top. Grab an extra sip here if you can, and then part your lips and sigh it out. 2 more times, just like that. Inhaling, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold here. Grab an extra sip if you can, and then part your lips and sigh it out. Last cleansing breath. Inhaling, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold. Grab one more sip, and then part your lips and sigh it out. And closing the lips now, continue to breathe through the nose as you exhale, looking to lengthen the exhales. As we go about our busy days, we tend to shorten the exhales, but it's important to lengthen the exhales because that's when our body switches to rest and digest. That's when our body starts to reduce the cortisol, the stress hormone. So focus on lengthening your exhales. Three more breaths here. And now take the hands alongside the knees. Use the hands to guide the knees together. And just pause with the soles of the feet onto the mat just for a moment. That'll feel really good on the low back. And then draw the knees in towards the chest. Hands onto the shins, and if you like, begin a gentle rock side to side. And finding stillness here, extend the left leg long. Take the right knee outside the rib cage. Inhale, and as you exhale, pull the knee into the shoulder just a little bit more. So we inhale to create space and exhale to take up the space. One more breath. The left hand comes onto the left hip bone, and with the right hand on the right knee, begin to draw circles with that right knee. The circles can be small or large. And if you come across tight spots, That's an invitation just to slow down there a little bit and work on that tight spot. And take the knee in the opposite direction now. And finding stillness, switching legs, extending the right leg. The left knee draws in outside the rib cage. That right leg is still energized, the sole of the foot pushing forward, the toe draws up to the sky. Left knee draws into the left shoulder on the exhales. One more breath. Right hand to right hip bone, and then begin to use the left hand to draw circles with that left knee. The circles can be small or large, whatever feels good here. Nice and slow. Just moving that synovial fluid around, lubricating the hip. And take the knee in the opposite direction. And finding stillness, draw both knees in. Give yourself a nice gentle hug here. And then extend the knees. The shins become parallel to the ground, the back of the leg parallel to the ground. Imagine you're sitting in a chair here. The arms come out into a T, palms facing up. And take an inhale. And then on the exhale, lowering both knees to the left side of your mat. If there's room for a block between the knees or below the knees, always an option to support the knees with a block. Additional options, the left hand can come on top of the right knee if that feels good. Just a gentle pressure, even the gravity. And an option to take your gaze across the right fingertips if you would like to deepen your twist just a little bit. We're here for a few breaths. And draw the knees back up towards the sky, shins parallel to the sky. And take another inhale here. And as you exhale, lower both knees to the right side this time. And this side might feel quite a bit different. So experiment. The blocks allow you to completely release into the posture. If you took options on the other side, try them here. Maybe the hand onto the left knee. And maybe your gaze goes across the left fingertips. And if you go there and it doesn't feel good, give yourself permission to back out of that pose just a little bit. And just a couple more breaths here. And draw the knees back up towards the sky, perhaps into the chest, a gentle rock, a couple more times. And then when you're ready, we'll meet in table. You can swing the feet out to one side or the other, or perhaps adding a gentle rock back and forth, coming through seated, meeting in table. In our table, we want our knees directly underneath the hips, hip width apart. The hands come directly under the shoulders. Fingers are spread nice and wide. Thumb and forefinger forming the shape of an L. From here in our table, drop the belly as you take your gaze forward. Allow the shoulders to roll down the back, down the rib cage towards the hips. Inhaling deeply, opening through the heart. And then as you exhale, draw the belly button to spine, rounding through the back, pushing into the palms. Gaze comes to the belly button. And then inhale, returning to your cow posture. Continue your cat-cow movements, following your breath, nice and slow. And closing down the eyes to bring your awareness back inward. An option to add some freedom to your cat-cows, maybe simply taking the hips back and forth, or maybe taking the hips side to side, whatever feels good in your body. I tend to get a bit of a kink in my neck, so I like to stretch my neck out, taking my left ear to the left shoulder, feeling the stretch across the right side, and just be sure to do the opposite side as well. Finding stillness in your table, draw the right hand forward, the thumb pointing up to the sky, and then sliding the left leg back, rising to the ball of the foot, lifting the heel even with the hip height. One more inhale here to reach. As you exhale, draw the knee to elbow under the body, rounding through the back, just like in our cat-cows. Inhale to reach. 2 more times, just like that. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale to reach. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale to reach. And just holding here for a moment, take the right hand out to the right side. Find your balance first, and then take the left foot to the left side as far as you can reach. Inhale back to center. And now bending that left knee, the foot stamps up towards the ceiling. Maybe you stay here. Maybe the right hand reaches back in search of the ankle or the foot. Option to use a strap or a short towel or something to grab that foot. If you found the foot, draw the belly button to spine, push the foot into the hand. We'll hold here for 1 more breath. And then gently releasing the foot, avoiding any slingshot. The hand comes forward, the foot pushes back. Exhale, hand to mat, knee to mat. Inhale, the left hand comes forward, thumb pointing up. The palm points to the right side of you. The right leg extends to the back, strong in that leg, nice and straight, heel to hip height. Inhale, and as you exhale, draw the knee to elbow, rounding through the back. Inhale to reach. 2 more times, following your breath. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale to reach. And exhale, last one, knee to elbow. Inhale to reach. Left hand comes out to the left as far as you can. Find your balance first, and then take that right leg out to the side. Challenge your balance. Anytime you're challenging your balance, it takes a little core action to support. The arm draws back, the leg draws back to center, and exhale, release the hand and knee. Maybe just a couple more cat-cows here. And then tucking the toes, pushing the hips up and back into downward dog. The nose draws in towards the toes. The heels may never really touch the mat. Don't worry about that too much. Option here to pedal the feet by straightening one leg and bending the opposite knee, intending to stretch the back of the calf muscle. And then switch legs. Just follow your breath. Don't rush through these. Feel the stretch in the back of the calf muscle. Just a few more. And finding stillness here in our downward dog. Inhale the right heel up towards the sky, looking to keep the leg straight, heel high, toe down. Maybe rising up onto the left toes, and exhale, release, the foot comes down. Inhale the left heel up towards the sky, rising up onto the right toes. Exhale, release, the foot comes down. Inhale, rising up onto both toes, and then begin to tiptoe forward, bringing the feet between the hands. Half lift, hands come to the shins, the back is nice and flat, the shoulder blades retract towards each other, And exhale, fold, hands to mat. Inhale, half lift, hands to shin, flat back. One more time, exhale to fold. And this time, bend the knees a lot, pushing into the soles of the feet. Rise up, the hands reach for the sky, palms facing each other, pinky fingers spiraling in. Release the shoulders from the ears. And exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful. Inhale to reach. And exhale, fold. Hinging at the waist, hands to mat. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, fold. Bending the knees, root to rise, hands lift to the sky. And exhale, hands to heart center. 2 more times, just like that. Inhale to reach. Exhale, hinge at the waist, swan dive. Half lift and fold. Root to rise. So you inhale deeply. And exhale, hands to heart center. Last one, inhale to reach. Exhale, dive. Half lift and fold. Root to rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Pausing here just for a moment, perhaps closing the eyes. If setting an intention is a part of your practice, if you haven't already done so, perhaps now is a good time. At any point you wish to stop for a drink of water or maybe come into child's pose just to rest, you take the options that suit you best. And if you need a break, just go ahead and do that, or pause the play and come back when you're ready. Inhale to reach. Exhale, swan dive. Half lift and fold. Stepping back with the right leg followed by the left into high plank. Option to come to the knees. Why don't we just do that, all of us? You can come to your knees, lowering slowly to a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Onto the tummy, pushing the shoelaces of the feet into the mat. Inhale to lift the chest to a hover. Maybe the hands come to a hover. And exhale, release. 2 more times, just like that. Inhale to baby cobra. And taking the wrinkles out of the back of the neck, the gaze is down and forward. Exhale, release. 1 more time. Inhale to hover. Hold here for 1 breath cycle. Exhale, release. Tucking the toes, coming through table or straight to high plank. Pushing the hips up and back, downward dog. And bend both knees. Take your gaze forward and walk, step, or hop to the top of your mat. Half lift and fold. Root to rise as you inhale deeply. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale to reach. Exhale, dive. Half lift and fold. Stepping back with the right foot, release the right knee down onto the mat, untuck the back toe. Option to roll the side of your mat up for a little extra cushioning. Taking the hands to the knees first, potentially on your next inhale. Hands reach for the sky. And just holding here for a moment, maybe wiggling the back foot back just a little bit, not sinking too much into the flexibility just yet. Bring awareness to the front right hip, looking to drive the right hip forward as the left hip comes back. Feeling a bit of a stretch maybe in the hip flexors. And from here, inhale 1 more time. And as you exhale, twist to your left. Left hand draws back, right hand draws forward. Palms facing your left side, thumbs up. Inhale, returning to our low lunge. 2 more times, just like that, following your breath. Inhale, and as you exhale, twisting to the left, spreading your wings. I'm just going to twist to my right so you can see that better. Last one. Inhale and exhale, twisting to your left. Holding here for 3 breath cycles as you twist. Inhale to lengthen, think of the crown of the head getting taller, and as you exhale, maybe the gaze goes a little bit deeper over that left hand. One more inhale. As you exhale, lower the left hand to the right thigh at the back. And the right hand comes up overhead, palm facing down, fingertips reaching towards the back of your mat. Inhale, returning to your low lunge. And exhale, hands released to the mat. Tucking the back toe, charge that leg up, stepping the back foot forward and fold. Inhale, half lift, and exhale, fold. Root to rise. You take your next inhale, and exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale to reach. Exhale, dive. Inhale, half lift, and exhale, fold. This time stepping back with the left leg, releasing the knee down, untucking the back toe. Remember, option to roll your mat up, maybe using a towel for a little extra cushioning. You can come up right from here, or if you wish, taking the hands to the knee first. On your next inhale, draw the hands up towards the sky, palms facing each other, pinky fingers spiraling in. Perhaps the gaze draws up. And then as you exhale, twisting to the right, right arm back, left arm forward, thumbs pointing to the sky. Inhale, returning to your lunge. Isn't it interesting how much this looks like our logo? Inhale, exhale to twist. Inhale to lunge. And exhale to twist. Holding here in our twist for 3 breath cycles. As you inhale, think about lengthening the spine, growing just a little bit taller. And as you exhale, taking up the space. Maybe it's 1/8 of an inch, taking the gaze towards the shoulder or maybe towards the fingers. One more inhale. And then the back hand goes down to the opposite thighs. The front hand draws up overhead, palm facing the ground, fingertips reaching towards the back of your mat. Hold for 1 breath. Inhale, returning to our lunge. Exhale, hands coming down either side of that front foot, tucking the back toe, charge the leg up, stepping forward and fold. Root to rise as you inhale. And exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful. Inhale to reach. Exhale, sink the hips, draw the hands to heart center here in our chair pose. And take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, twist to your left, elbow coming onto the knee, pushing into the palms, lifting the chest or the sternum up to thumb height if you can. Inhale back to center, and exhale, twisting to your right, elbow to knee, pushing into the palms, lifting up through the heart center. Inhale, returning to center. Nice. Inhale to rise up, hands reach for the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale to reach. Sink the hips, chair pose, hands to heart center. From here, lifting the right heel, coming onto the right toes. Find your balance, and on your next inhale, rise up, draw the knee up towards the chest. Yes, nice. Option from here, take the hands to the hips, draw the knee out to the right side. Option to use the hand to guide the foot in, placing it above the knee, below the knee, or touching the toes onto the mat. Find whichever option suits you. Maybe the hands come to heart center and challenge the balance. Draw the corners of the mouth up towards the ceiling. Yeah, that's it. Inhale to reach, grow your tree. Find your balance, maybe adding a little sway, something gentle. And if you fall out, that's okay. Doesn't matter, just slowly find your way back to your tree. Hands coming back to heart center. And draw the knee back towards the front. And exhale, setting the foot comes down. Nice. Inhale to reach. Exhale, sinking the hips. Hands come to heart center. Opposite foot, lifting the left heel, coming onto the left toes. Find your balance. Maybe find a spot in the room to stare at. Maybe holding the opposite ear as you inhale to rise up. Draw the knee up towards the chest, taking it out to the left. Hands can come to the hips. Maybe using the hand to guide the foot in. The sole of the foot comes to the inner thigh above or below the knee, preferably, if that's available, or simply resting the toes onto the ground. When you're ready, grow your tree. Nice. You guys are awesome. Find your balance and then challenge yourself a little bit. Maybe add some movement to your tree. And if that's too easy, try closing your eyes. Yeah, it changes everything. Nice. And hands returning to heart center. Draw the knee up towards the chest just one more time and release. Meeting at the top of our mats. Inhale to reach. Exhale, dive. Half lift and fold. Stepping back with the right foot, followed by the left. High plank, low plank, upward dog or cobra is your inhale, and exhale, downward dog. From our downward dog, inhale the right heel up towards the sky. And as you exhale, draw the knee in under the body, placing the foot down between the hands. Draw the back foot forward so you can sink the heel down. Inhale to warrior one. So the back foot is on a bit of a 45, pointing to the top corner of your mat, as opposed to parallel at the back. So the back foot is on a bit of a 45. Palms facing each other. Take a deep inhale here. As you exhale, interlace the fingers behind the back. Draw the shoulders back. Knuckles draw to the ground. Nice. Now from here, hinging at the waist, slowly leaning forward. Draw the shoulder inside the knee. Push the knee against the shoulder against the knee, dropping the crown of the head down towards the mat. Holding here for just a couple of breaths. The knuckles rise up towards the sky. And then imagine a string tied onto the knuckles, pulling you up slower than you want to. Engage the core, nice and strong, slowly coming up. The shoulders draw to the back, knuckles come down. Inhale to reach and exhale. Hands to the mat, either side of the front foot. Stepping back to high plank, low plank, upward dog or cobra is your inhale, and exhale, downward dog. Inhale, the left heel comes up. As you exhale, stepping through the hands, draw the back foot in about 6 inches, heel goes down, foot on a 45, hands draw up towards the sky, warrior one. Take one more inhale here, and as you exhale, interlace the fingers the opposite way behind the back. Draw the shoulders back, the knuckles down, straighten the arms, take an inhale, and as you exhale, hinging at the waist, the left shoulder comes inside the left knee. Intention to keep the hips square to the mat, in the middle of the mat. The crown of the head drops towards the ground. The knuckles lifting up the arms, straightening as much as you feel. Feels good. One more breath in your humble warrior. And then slowly rising up, using the strength of your core. Nice and slow. Be the last to come up. Inhale to reach. And exhale. Hands come down either side of the front foot. Stepping back to high plank, low plank, Upward dog or cobra is your inhale. And exhale, downward dog. Whew, beautiful. Inhale, the left heel comes up. As you exhale, stepping through the hands, engage the core, drawing the belly button to spine, maybe tenting the fingertips, lifting the body off of the left thigh. On your next inhale, hands reach for the sky, crescent lunge. In our crescent lunge, the heel is stacked over the ball of the foot, the back knee is bent, the front knee over the front ankle. The intention is that the front thigh is parallel. It's really hard, it's a lot of work, especially if you just went biking 80 kilometers. Yeah, that's what I thought. For balance, keep the feet on opposite tracks here, palms facing each other, release the shoulders away from the ears. On your next inhale, twisting left, left hand goes back, right hand comes forward. Inhale, returning to our crescent lunge. And if you don't already know it, crescent lunge is our logo. 2 more times just like that. Inhale and exhale to twist. Inhale to reach. Last one, exhale to twist. Holding here in your twist, just like we did when we were on the supported version, knee down, 3 breaths. On the inhale, lengthen the spine. On the exhale, can you take your gaze a little more across the shoulder or even towards the fingertips? Last inhale, dropping the left hand to the right thigh. The right hand comes up and over, palm facing down, fingers reach to the back. Revolved, reverse warrior. Inhale to reach and exhale, hands come down to the mat. Stepping back to high plank, optional vinyasa, only an option. Meet us in downward dog. Inhale, the right heel comes nice and high. As you exhale, stepping through the hands. Crescent lunge is your inhale. Nice, palms facing each other. Perhaps the gaze goes up to the sky. Take one more inhale, and as you exhale, twisting to your right, right hand goes back, left hand forward. Thumbs up to the sky. 2 more times, just like that. Inhale to our crescent lunge, and exhale to twist. Nice. Inhale to crescent lunge, and exhale, spreading your wings, holding here for 3 breaths. Beautiful, yogis. One more inhale. As you exhale, right hand to back thigh, left hand up and over, palm down, fingers towards the back of the room. Nice. Inhale, returning to our crescent lunge. Exhale, hands coming down either side of that front foot, stepping back to high plank, optional vinyasa, or meet us in downward dog. One more flow. Inhale, the left heel comes up to the sky. As you exhale, stepping through the hands. Inhale to crescent lunge. And now pivoting the back foot, coming into warrior 2. The back foot is now parallel to the back of the mat. The feet are on opposite tracks, but the front heel lines up with the mid step of the back foot, typically. So find a foot position that's nice and strong for you. Maybe taking the hands to hips just for a moment. So here in our warrior 2, the shoulders are over the hips, the head is over the heart, then lifting the arms up to shoulder height. Nice, the gaze coming across the left fingertips. And now flipping that front palm and then drawing the right hand down the back leg. Palm comes over the head, fingertips reaching towards the back of the room in our reverse warrior. Take an inhale here, and as you exhale, coming back to Warrior Two. A slight change here. We'll cartwheel, the right hand comes down and the left hand comes up as we pivot on the back foot into easy twist. Releasing, the top hand comes down beside the foot, pivoting both feet, walking the hands towards the middle of your mat, wide-legged forward fold. In our wide-legged forward fold, want at least a micro bend in the knees, a micro bend or more. The outside edge of the feet are parallel to the short edges of our mat, and we're pushing the outside edge of the feet into the mat. Options for the hands: walking the hands back between the feet, perhaps even turning the hands so the fingertips point back, releasing the crown of the head down towards your mat. Just a couple more breaths here. And then walking the hands forward, lifting up, half lift. Pivot both feet as you walk the hands back to the front of your mat, stepping back to downward dog. Opposite side, inhale, the right heel comes up, stepping through the hands, engage the core. Inhale to Crescent Lunge. Exhale to Warrior Two. Flipping the front palm, reversing our Warrior. Back to Warrior Two. And this time it's the left hand down, right hand rises up, straightening the back leg. Easy twist. The gaze comes down, top hand comes down, stepping back to downward dog. And take a deep, deep inhale here to a count of 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sigh it out. Releasing the knees down now to the long edges of the mat, so the knees come nice and wide on the mat. Sink the hips back towards the heels. The big toes angle in, pointing towards each other. The big toes might even touch. As we slow it down for the balance of our practice today, maybe you want to grab a drink of water. But when you're ready, begin to walk the arms forward. You may want to block to rest your forehead on. Coming down onto the forearms, palms typically facing up, but whatever feels comfortable in your body. Our intention as we exhale is to allow the hips to sink towards the heels. Returning to the breath, remembering to lengthen our exhales, and with each exhale, allow the hips to sink back closer and closer to the heels. Always an option to set a block underneath the hips for a little additional support. Option to bring the palms together, bending the elbows and taking the hands above the head. Whatever feels good. This would add a little bit of a shoulder opener for you. Now, just for a moment, energize the arms, walking the fingertips forward towards the top of your mat, energizing the arms, and then walk both hands towards the top left corner of your mat. Maybe the right hand comes on top of the left hand, feeling the stretch down the right side body. Our intention is to release the right hip back to the right heel. Just feel that stretch through the right side body. Couple more breaths. And walking the fingers back to the center of the mat, Pause there just for a moment and then walk the fingertips to the top right corner of your mat. Maybe the left hand coming on to the right hand. Now feeling the stretch through the obliques on the left side body. Bringing the hands back towards the middle of the mat. Begin to bring some weight into the palms, lifting the body up, coming into table. From our table, I'll cue you through 90-90. If you prefer to come into pigeon, you can come into a traditional pigeon if you're familiar with that. I'm going to cue a 90-90. So draw the right knee forward. The knee comes in behind the right wrist. Come right down onto the side of the right thigh. And now draw that right ankle forward so the front of your shin is parallel to the front of the mat. And then take a look at the back leg. Make sure the back shin, the left shin, is parallel to the long edge of your mat. So the knees form a 90 and a 90. So this is 90-90. Anytime you're taken into a pigeon, this is an excellent option, just as good. And then take the hands in front of that right shin, walking the fingertips forward as much as you can. And when you're ready, sinking the chest down over top of that right thigh. Always an option to have a block to rest your head on here if you wish. You can come down onto your forearms. And same thing here, inhale to lengthen. As you exhale, sinking just a little bit deeper into that stretch. Now you can stay right here, or you can try an additional option. If you lift up just a little bit, walk the hands as far as you can to the right, and then come down on the forearms. You'll feel it just a little bit differently in the hips, the low back. If that doesn't feel comfortable, just come back to where we started in the 90-90. And slowly bring some weight into the palms, walking the hands back into the body. We'll come through table to prepare for the other side. It might feel good just to move the body around a little bit to release that twist. Setting up for the opposite side, you might want the block handy. And this time it's the left foot we draw forward, bringing the left knee in behind the left wrist. The ankle intends towards the right wrist. Come right down the outside edge of that left thigh, drawing the left ankle forward so the front of the left shin is parallel with the front of the mat. The back leg, maybe need to draw the knee forward a bit. The shin is parallel to the long edge of the mat. Always welcome to come into a traditional pigeon here if you prefer, but if you've never done a real 90-90, give it a try. It'll feel just as good. So from here, walking the hands forward, slowly releasing the chest, abdomen over the left thigh. Maybe the head comes onto a block, maybe not. Or you can even rest the forearms on the block to raise the ground to you a little bit. And you can stay right here for the duration of this particular pose, or if you wish to, do what we did on the other side. Just bring some weight into the palms, walking the hands both to the left side, and then coming back down onto your forearms once again. We're here for about 5 more breaths. And slowly bring some weight into the palms. Walk the hands in towards the body, swinging the feet around to prepare for Shavasana. Drawing the knees in towards the chest, curling up into a tight ball here, lifting the chin up towards the knees. Take your deepest inhale of the day. And as you exhale, release the body into the mat, coming into Shavasana, your version of Shavasana. I recommend starting with the soles of the feet on the mat just to see how that feels. The arms, take up as much space as you need with the arms, tucking the shoulders in under the back, a slight tuck of the chin, palms facing up in a position of receiving. Option to extend the legs long, hip width apart or mat width apart. The eyes closed. Returning now to our regular breath. I invite you to stay in your Shavasana just as long as you need. You can pause the recording. Before awakening the body, bring your awareness to the breath. Feel the abdomen rise as you inhale and fall as you exhale. And slowly begin to awaken by wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes, perhaps rolling the wrists and ankles. It might feel really good to add a gentle rock of the head from side to side. And draw the arms above the head, reaching to the back of your mat. As the toes point to the front of your mat, take a really deep inhale as you stretch. And exhale. One more time, just like that. Inhale to reach in opposite directions. And exhale. And keeping the eyes closed or gaze down, rolling onto the right side body. The head resting comfortably on the right arm. The knees are stacked, coming into fetal pose. And just pausing here for a moment to acknowledge our shared practice. When you're ready, keeping the eyes closed or gaze down, pushing into the top hand, find your way up into a comfortable seated posture. Option to support the hips with a block. Hands can be palms down or palms up. Option to have hands at heart center. Inhale to reach. And exhale, hands to heart center. You have enough. You do enough. You are enough, just the way you are. Namaste. Thank you very much, everybody. I'd like to invite everybody that's joined me here today, volunteers from our organization. Some of the volunteers, please come forward and join me. And also I'd like to invite Steve Neville, a co-founder with 24Hr Yogapalooza, to have some closing words for us today.
Perfect. Well, thanks everybody for joining us today for day 1 of 24, as Randy said. I'm not sure about you, but I feel energized and ready to do the next 23 days, some of them twice in a day. And remembering that everything we're doing is because childhood cancer is an important thing, not just in our community, but around the world where it's severely underfunded. And so we're, as a yoga community, coming together to raise money for CHIO and for childhood cancer research, because
kids can't fight cancer alone.